And breaking news tonight in the tragic shooting of an unarmed teen in Florida, the killing of Trayvon Martin, a self-described neighborhood watch captain. Now, 28-year-old Zimmerman called police when he saw 17-year-old Trayvon Martin walking through his neighborhood and thought that he looked suspicious. Now, Trayvon Martin, armed only with a bag of Skittles and an iced tea, died on the scene after being shot by Zimmerman, but police did not charge Zimmerman.
State of Florida versus George Zimmerman. Verdict: we, the jury, find George Zimmerman not guilty.
There is growing outrage tonight after an unarmed African-American teenager was shot and killed by police in the St. Louis suburb of Ferguson, Missouri.
It was definitely like being shot like an animal.
It happened again. Just 9 days after the uproar in Ferguson, a grand jury in New York City has refused to indict yet another white police officer said to have killed an unarmed black man.
Officer apparently using a banned chokehold on Garner.
I don't know. I honestly don't know what to say. We are definitely not living in a post-racial society, and I can imagine there are a lot of people out there wondering how much of a society we're living in at all.
Welcome back to Hannity. It is the story that everyone's talking about. An officer in South Carolina has been stripped of his badge. He's now charged with murder after he was caught on video shooting and killing an unarmed man as he was running away.
And breaking news on Cleveland's west side, a 12-year-old boy shot by police after the boy pulled a BB gun out of his waistband.
And we begin this Monday night in Baltimore, where there is an intense focus on several videos now captured of the same arrest. The suspect being put into the back of a police van. That suspect, Freddie Gray, would end up with a severed spine. He would later die.
Well, if he wasn't identifiable before, the leader of that chant is certainly identifiable now. But you already heard the president of the university suggest that there will be a heavy investigation.
I'm a mentor and I'm an executive director of the Philly Youth Poetry Movement. When I came out of college, I started teaching at Imhotep Charter High School. Okay. So that was 2003. And what I noticed is the lack of engagement that was happening in my classroom was really due to the fact that there are not enough connective strategies and lessons that actually impact the youth of the day on a bigger level. So I started the Philly Youth Poetry Movement because I saw the power of words and what it did for the value of voice and the value of self. The ability to tell one story builds character, and at the same time allows them to explore their identity and critical thinking and creative thinking in our society. That's what's missing. So if you actually do it at a younger age, you'll actually have higher functional adults who will be thinking more with their imagination and not just what they're taught. I think they come here for not just for writing and expression. I think they can do that anywhere. Mm-hmm. That could be on a train, it could be in a park, it could be in school, in a classroom, board, in their curriculum. I think the reason why they keep coming back is the relationships that they build with other people here their age. They get to realize they're not alone, that there are other young people like them, and that endorses a way of thinking about the world, a different value set, a different way of approaching it, and how you move and navigate. This is the place where you get to celebrate intelligence, talent, confusion, growth, even your pain. Mm-hmm. This is a place where all that is honored and is respected, and they feel safe.
About a year ago, I taught the summer program at Princeton University. It's called the Du Bois Institute. And what happens is it's black students from all across the country, and they come to Princeton for about 2 months, and they just take classes every day. And I was working with this group of 9 13-year-olds from all across the country, from California, Philly, New York City. And the day after the Zimmerman verdict came down, and George Zimmerman walked free, I had to walk into a classroom and promise a group of 13-year-olds that poetry matters, and that the work we do together has worth in a world where they know their lives can be taken, and the people that love them can't necessarily get anything that looks like justice for it. And so this is a praise song I wrote for them. It's called Say It, Sing It As the Spirit Leads, after Bobby Francis. Come celebrate with me that every day something has tried to kill me. and has failed. Lucille Clifton. We praise always. We elegant everywhere. We die too soon. We joyous anyhow. Say it. That every day is a toast to living, an ode to the way we made resilience and art. My classroom is a self-love anthem in 9 parts. Together, we unlearn shame. We dream silly. We sing what we cannot say anywhere else. So say it. Say I am 12 years old and my joy is stainless. The next time the world calls me subhuman, I'll remind it that spell check is a virtue. Say, I think the word you're looking for is subterranean. 10,000 leagues too deep for easy definition. Fleet at the feet of those Harriet Tubman kept close as kin. So yes, we do start every day like this. Like poetry gives us a new grammar for our bodies. Say it. I exist in excess of my anguish. I am not invisible. I am a beam of light. Too brilliant for untrained vision. I am not target practice. I am not a bullseye with rhythm.